Dowdell. I'm a member of NOMA, also a native Detroiter. I live in New York City now, but I'm glad to be home for the conference. Also, we're building mobile demonstration units. So the Warm Training Center here in Detroit, they basically provide educational programs for local residents to kind of help them with weatherization and other kinds of things to help their homes be more efficient. So they actually take these materials and samples and things with them, and they're looking for a better way to package them together so that they can more easily bring them from the training center to people's homes or to conferences and things like that to spread the message, reduce energy use and all that kind of stuff. So the other part of it is building toys for kids out of reclaimed building materials.
All right, what a beautiful, beautiful project here.
Thank you.
All right, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Into your construction timeline, those meetings with the HERS before they've made the mistakes. It's obviously much harder to go back in and fix a wall cavity that wasn't insulated properly than it would be to just do it right when you're building it. And the techniques that the builders are used to doing are not necessarily the best practices or the new practices or the way that it needs to be done now.
Is there a target date for that, Rob?
Put a sticker on houses?
No, well, I don't know about the sticker, but it would seem to me, just like in cars, they phase things in over time, so at such and such a year.
Right now, there's a commercial standard out right now, and I believe I can't tell you, it's an ASTM, and if I was smart enough, I'd get the number for you, but that's already out. Like if you would buy a commercial building, there's already a standard out there that realtors are using to give information to the buyer about the energy efficiency of that building. It hasn't trickled down to the residential level, but we already have HERS system.
Yeah, the HERS index is existing. There is a Energy Star for the home, or everyone knows what Energy Star is, but I think that's run by the EPA. Well, they split off Energy Star for the home and gave it to DOE, and they're developing basically a sticker that you can put on the house, both existing and new construction is obviously easier to do on that. It's the existing that's the challenge. But yeah, the HERS index is established now. You can use that now. There's HERS raters out there. 3 or 4 years ago, you couldn't find an energy auditor to save your life. Now there's no problem to find it. That's one of the benefits of at least the approach that we took here with all of the ARA funding, was to actually use that to develop both the private and public sector. And now there's trained contractors and energy auditors that are out there ready to do that work to help make the buildings more efficient. We're literally
today we're doing a community service project with the Warm Training Center, and we're doing a couple things. First, the group that you saw inside, now they're building toys for kids, and they're going to paint them and build them, toys out of wood. In the morning session, what we were doing is coming up with some ideas on how to create toolkits that the Warm organization can take on the road and do training outreach sessions in the
about another 100 wings over here. They ain't chicken wings either.
What you doing?
Brian Hudson from Chicago. Today we're working on a community project. We've been doing this for 5 years in different cities, different host cities. Today we're making toys for the kids.
Okay. And I see you had airplanes and all kind of little knickknacks. So y'all actually cut the wood out from scrap? Or?
Actually, I think it's repurposed wood, and they provided with us. So all we did, it's like the assembly line from Detroit, you know.
Okay.
They gave me my parts. I was in charge of putting the body and the wings together.
Alrighty. So just a typical project that you do around the country, or just something special for Detroit? Or?
You know what? This is, I mean, we really go where we need it. So last year we were in Atlanta, and there's an effort by a couple of community groups to green Atlanta again. So we planted trees, did raised flower beds at a community center that's going to be opening probably next year in the historic part of Atlanta. So before that, we've helped develop daycare centers. We've done stuff in St. Louis, DC, Boston. We painted murals and signposts for a community center that they have in the Lower Roxbury neighborhood. So, I mean, we vary.
Right, so this is NOMA.
I want them to interest in potential architects.
Okay.
You guys need to help them out. Let's see what got here.
Yeah, and I got a lot of toys to paint too, so we really need some help.
So we take your jackets off. We have
Does anyone know if this is removable paint? What does it say? Well, why don't we try?
It's enamel, I doubt it.